the Lewisburg Green Dragons and the Shamokin Indians. Green Dragons finished last year's season with a record of 2-9 after a rough start of 0-7. Lewisburg was able to get back-to-back wins over Midwest and Bloomsburg late in that season. Surprisingly, those two wins were enough to get them into the District 4 AAA playoffs, where they fell in the first round to the Loyal Sock Lancers. Shamokin last year, with a record of 5-6, was able to get the week #1 win over Lewisburg with a score of 13-9. The Indians would also find wins against Central Mountain, Shikellamy, Central Columbia, and the greater Nanticoke area. Shamokin's season came to an end in the first round of the District 4 Quad A playoffs when they lost to Jersey Shore 63-6. Coming into the 2023 seasons, the Dragons will need to replace some key starters offensively, one being quarterback Wade Young, who threw for 835 yards and 5 TDs. Wade also was second on the team with 274 rushing yards and 2 rushing TDs. Lewisburg will also need to replace running back / wide receiver / do-it-all Cam Michaels, who was Lewisburg's leading receiver with 270 yards and 3 TDs. Cam also led the team in all-purpose yards with 895 total yards. As I bring in one of my broadcast partners, David Michaels, Lewisburg had major woes on offense last season, and losing their 2 best offensive threats is not ideal for a bounce back.
Very true, Ryan. As we come into this season, it actually isn't the skill that's the question. I watched the scrimmage last week. I was really impressed with the skill guys. Honestly, I felt that they have the talent and the skill to make up for the mistakes. I got to be honest, where we struggle is the depth in our line. We have a lot of linemen going 2 ways, and obviously today in the sweltering heat, it's going to be tough. So, you know, as we look at it, it comes down to the ability of the line to make holes. The athletes will make the plays. I'm just hopeful that the line will hold up.
We're getting an early kickoff here, so I'm going to cut over real quick, Nate, for Shamokin offensively. They're going through a completely new look as well. Graduating quarterback Nye threw for over 1,000 yards and 12 TDs. Running back, wide receiver, Knowledge Artist Jones rushed over 1,000 yards and 14 TDs. And then the wide receiver, Ryder Zolakowski, 466 yards, 8 TDs receiving. And an offense that did not have consistency in 2022, but they did show abilities at times to rack up some quick points. Nate, Shamokin, like Lewisburg, has some serious offensive holes to fill.
Yeah, reading some of the stuff in the paper in the season previews, Coach Persing had a high praise for their offensive line. They start junior guard, 230, senior right tackle at 330, and then their center is a junior at 225. And then you talk about replacing Brett Nye, great quarterback. I believe he's at Millersville right now. Big start against a really good Selinsgrove team last year, who they took to the wire 10-7 and lost 10-7 in overtime, but he had a good game. He was 9 for 16 with 113 yards and a touchdown, and he ran for another 54. So the big praise for him was that line's going to set the.
As they start the game for Lewisburg, not sure, I did not get a number there, carried up the middle, but quick handoff in between the tackles. Lewisburg looks like they might have picked up 2 or 3 on the play. Going to be a 2nd down and 8. Lewisburg lining up, single receivers each way, 2 guys in the backfield, shotgun formation. Another handoff, and nothing going there. Nate Shamokin's defense up front, getting the job done.
That was the big talk from Persing, too, was really up front and setting the tone in the trenches. If they can do that, they have good athletes in the secondary where they can take the passing game away. So that's going to be the key to making that defense better that was struggled last year, giving up 33 points a game, setting the tone inside.
Lewisburg's in a position they don't want to be in. It's 3rd and long. Obviously, they are moving to a more power set, and 3rd and long is not ideal.
Again, the shotgun formation for Lewisburg. Looks like a fake handoff, end around there. Stand up. So that'll be 3 and out here. As Lewisburg will bring their punt team in, kicking from deep.
I would expect we'll see a little bit of a slow start as teams are both these teams are figuring out their identities right now with some new guys in moments they haven't been in before.
One thing too we got to watch for, and this is every year, week 1 cramps. I've been covering some football, high school football, for 15 years almost now.
It's a low line drive kick by Hoover, ideal for a return, gets it back inside the Dragons territory.
Yeah, not bad field position for Shamokin to start out here tonight. They will have the ball at the 37, 38-yard line, 1st and 10, 9:53 here in the first quarter. So, David, Lewisburg defense, offense didn't get it done. Kind of the same feel as their matchup last year to start out.
Yeah, their backs against the wall already. I mean, this is their strength. I would have to say again, the front three are the crucial. They play a 3-5, which is different for most high school teams, but puts a lot of pressure on the front linemen.
Handoff right away. Lewisburg in the backfield, blowing things up. I believe that's Blau.
Blau forced to play back inside Casale, and I believe Michaels were a good basketball, baseball player. And, you know, he struggled with injuries early.
With Casale and Michaels, 3 of the leaders on that defense for Lewisburg returning. Shotgun formation for Shamokin. Takes a snap.
Early pass, interesting.
Yeah, gets the first batted down pass from the linebacker position of the season for Lewisburg. Good start, David, for that Lewisburg defense.
Has hands like his old man. He dropped that one. Might have been an interception there, but got to be honest, he dropped well in the zone. I was surprised to see Shamokin come out and pass the ball so early. I know talking to or reading up on this game, Coach Persing was really looking to rely on the run game, you know, kind of be physical up front. And, you know, kind of send a message. That's what they've done in the last 2 years, and guess what? It was successful.
Yep, first year as head coach for Persing here at Shamokin as he replaces Henry Hyanoski. Shamokin again here, 3rd down and 11 in the shotgun formation. Handoff up the middle. Met, bounced off in the backfield. Oh, and taken for a big loss there. Lewisburg defense looking. I did see that. I was afraid that happened. It was going to get called. I didn't see the flag right away. Looks like that's going to be negated with a face mask here.
I believe on initial contact, Michaels may have tugged on the face mask. Again, we talk about wrapping up all the time, coming in high. It's fundamentals. You have to go low, you have to wrap up, and you have to finish the play.
It's so true. I mean, when guys go in without their arms out and just want to backing out around. But that is a killer penalty right there.
And that's the calling card of Lewisburg the last couple of years. Very undisciplined, very, you know, prone to penalties. Get a good drive or 3rd down and 20. So it is something that Coach Wick.
Oh, wait. Oh, the spot foul, so they didn't get the first down. 4th and 11.
That's a fumble.
Fumble on the exchange. Lewisburg comes up with it. And that's a big fumble there because it's 4th and 11. A manageable distance and down there. And Lewisburg able to take advantage of a missed handoff there. Sloppy play, you know, and you're going to expect to see some of that here as it is week 1. And Shamokin hands the ball back to Lewisburg. But Lewisburg's defense there looked very well in that series, getting the job done in the backfield, creating havoc. And now can Shamokin's defense continue what they did in their first possession, or is Lewisburg going to get something rolling offense as the quarterback is under center?
Jeremiah Davis in the backfield. Look for a little bit of lightning here. Guess I shouldn't say that on the night that they're calling. Davis turns the corner. And he's the X factor, Ryan. I mean, he can be an element coming off an ACL injury that, you know, the X factor. If there's an X factor, it's Jeremiah Davis in this game.
And he was a guy last year injured before the season, did not get to play at all, had high expectations at that running back or position. So it's good to see the young man healthy back here on the field. As Lewisburg lines up for a 2nd and 7, 8:22 here in the first quarter, 0-0. Quarterback under center. Get a pitch from the far side, backfield for a loss. Looks like it might be a loss of 3 on the play. Going to get us back to probably a 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11. Nate, Shamokin defense coming up big there.
Yeah, he had the edge there with a pitch. The receiver didn't make a good block, and then as soon as he didn't make that good block, Shamokin just swarmed to the ball. Right now they're dominating the line of scrimmage. Both teams not really getting any movement.
Well, everyone's fresh. Pursuits are going to be fast, trying to figure things out here early in this game. Lewisburg now 3rd and 12. Shotgun. Quarterback looks, throws it up. Got a man open. Oh, in and out of the hands of, I believe,
Charlie Landis.
Yeah, that is Charlie Landis. Tough catch. He did take a hit on the hip as he outreached for that catch. Was a pretty play, though. Lewisburg showing they can maybe still throw the ball with the new QB.
Yeah, and watching the scrimmage, Wenrick had a decent day. You know, he read the defense well, made a couple nice passes, and again, it's just getting in that rhythm. It's gaining that confidence. And that's what Nate talked about early. It's early in the year. This is only the second time they're facing any kind of competition other than themselves. So, expect a quarter or two of just really slow football.
Gets off a great.
Guess what? What do you think about? You think about soccer. You think about state championships in soccer. Well, you know what? There is, a formula they've put together the last couple of years, and it's a sign of your team when your punter and your kicker might be your MVP. And you know what? Cohen Hoover is back. He saw some action last year, and Cohen will take over for Zach Kreischer, who had a tremendous year, gone on to the next level to play at Susquehanna. Cohen will kick. Place kick and punt. So he flips the field there, and as well as Lewisburg came out in that first drive. Look for them possibly be opportunistic, get a turnover, and flip the field.
Wow, and having good athletes as your punter, your kicker, it makes you a very dangerous special teams. Now Shamokin 1st and 10, 29-yard line. They're going to hand off right away. Up the middle, not much going, but 2 or 3 on the play.
Got to give a shout out to the big man, Nate Malus, is in the bottom of that pile. The linemen don't get a lot of credit, but you know what? They stuff the middle, let the linebacker scrape and make a play.
Shamokin again out of shotgun, a handoff, very similar play. Running back making some moves. Guys are missing. Great run there by number 21, and that would be, I have my sheet here, and this is what I do.
Clinton.
Yeah.
Zakeem Clinton put a nice spin move. Again, Lewisburg's coming in, heads down, not seeing what they're hitting. So that is certainly a concern. Another concern, Michael Caseo coming off. The leader on the defense kind of looked like he took a shot in the midsection. Might not be feeling too well after that one.
Me either. And it didn't even happen to me. I believe that was the quarterback for Shamokin, number 3, Brad Latshaw, the senior quarterback and defensive back, 5'9", 160 pounds. I don't know if that was the play design. It seemed to be some confusion there, Nate, in the backfield as there were multiple handoffs, and maybe the QB just broke play and kept it going.
I was going to say before this play, when he's been given a lot of these handoffs out of the shotgun, I'd be waiting for him to keep one. Coach had a lot of praise for his running ability. Number 45.
Opperman comes up and trips up number 45 at the midfield. But again, they are gashing Lewisburg right now. Another first down.
Yeah, and a great run there by Shamokin again. And, they get play showing a little bit of a bend here. Hand off to the fullback, 45. He goes up the middle. And he is swallowed up there. But that was Bridgeton Delval. He is a senior running back, linebacker, 6 foot, 210 pounds. That is a big boy out there. David, would you tackle him?
Absolutely. Go low. I can see why Lewisburg's ducking their heads because they don't want to see what's coming at them.
David, are you talking as a high school David, or are you talking about as administrator David?
Wait, I'm still in high school in my mind.
We all are. Lining up in the shotgun again is Shamokin. 2nd down and 8, 5:32 to go. We got a flag.
Motion on the Indians.
And those are killer. But usually you see a lot of those early in the season. First penalty of the game for them. Lewisburg did have a face mask. Now, Nate, you put yourself in a 2nd and I believe it'll be 18 here. 13, 2nd and 13 from the 49, 48.5-yard line. What does Shamokin do? They stick to the run?
I would take a run here and then maybe take a shot. What's tough is that's a drive killer. They were moving. They were playing fast. They were getting to the line quick, and then you get a stupid penalty after you get a bunch of chunk runs. It's unfortunate.
So, again, they came out with the pass. Here it is. They're back at it. Latshaw.
Nobody.
Throwing deep. Man over to the strong side. Look downfield. Lewisburg almost with the connection. That one was just overthrown for Latshaw. And it'll be a 3rd and 13 from midfield here, 48-yard line.
So, Ryan, that's back and be a more manageable 3rd down, but 3rd and 18 is tough.
Actually, I was wrong when I said 18. It was 3rd and 13 now. Still, though, quite a distance for 3rd down here. A definite passing situation as we got twins here in the near side. Shotgun formation, again, rolling out here to the near side. He looks. Latshaw finds a man, and he dropped the ball. Just turned his head and looked upfield before he was able to bring it in and hang on to the catch. And that'll bring 4th down and 13.
Or from Shamokin's perspective, maybe Davis mishandles. It's early in the year. Punts, you don't see too many live punts other than practice at, special teams. So let's see what happens here. This will be interesting. Out-of-town scoreboard, Danville has scored on Bloomsburg. Madden Patrick with his first TD of the season. have a feeling we'll be saying that a lot this year.
Yeah, we'll try and keep game scores, live updates as the game goes on tonight here at Kent Memorial Stadium. Good punt, actually, until it hit the ground and took a 15-yard bounce backwards where Shamokin will down it offensively. They did show ability, though, to go downfield. A nice pass as a Charlie Landis, but maybe something they go back to here early and often.
I wouldn't go. I don't know if that's in the playbook, actually. So let's see what happens. You know what? But I'd go back to the power run, get Davis up the middle, put him behind Casale, put him behind Sean Field.
And we'll see what happens. Low snap, picked it up, quick little toss to, who do you got there in that play?
Number 9 is Sean Field.
Yep, Sean Field, the junior, 5'9", 190-pound running back. Getting, I believe, his first carry of the game.
Absolutely. Sean is known as the Hammer. Speaking of Hammer, his dad, John, a couple years, and I tell you what, he's changing the culture. It's going to take some time, but he is certainly changing the culture with the talk amongst the with the team.
Well, any relationship to MC?
You can't touch this, Ryan.
Rolls out there and just kind of looks like the quarterback tried to make an underhand shuffle pass. That is a lack of experience there. Threw it right in the Shamokin player's hands. Shamokin gets the interception in great field position. Looks to be around the Lewisburg 30. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 26, 27-yard line.
Rylan Pierce there on the interception. I want to give a big shout out to my guy. I had the opportunity to coach him in AAU basketball. Just a guy. So good for him making a big play early in this game.
Yeah, and again, you talk about the heat. That's a quick change for the defense. They finally got to stop, and now they're back on the field with their backs against the wall once again.
A lot of shotgun formation tonight for both teams as Shamokin lines up again. Looking downfield, throwing deep. Good coverage, and just threw it out of bounds. Well, Shamokin looking there, Nate, to go deep and attack here early in this possession. Unable to connect. 2 deep throws I've seen for Shamokin now. Nothing really on target.
Question for you, Ryan. You played football. How much do you think this kid's first start at home and Shamokin, senior quarterback, his nerves are probably a little, right?
I would think so. I mean, I was never a quarterback. That first start here, senior year at home. I mean, I would think any year your first start, you're going to be pretty nervous. But Shamokin hand the ball off there. Not much going as Lewisburg swarms to the ball. 21 on the carry for Shamokin. That is Zakeem Clinton again, a sophomore getting some carries tonight. Good size sophomore, 6'1", 220 pounds.
You know,
I like that play. I think I like it better on first down.
You know, Shamokin's been mixing in some different backs, but right now Clinton's the rhythm.
Again, quick pass out in the flat through the hands of number 1,
Rylan Price.
Rylan Price. Man, showed great hands on defense there. Again, I think this is about the timing. This is the jitters. This is the energy here. You want to catch it. You want to get upfield. You want to win the game in a play, and that's part of the maturing process. I think that's why I went through Price's hands.
And, you know, Rylan Price, this is his first year playing football ever.
I didn't know that.
Makes a big play at home on defense.
That's pretty hype. first game. What year is he? Is he a sophomore?
Junior.
Junior. Shotgun. Gets the snap, pressure coming, but rolling out. QB decides to keep it. It takes a hit from Quinn Michaels as it goes out of good yards. It's going to be close to a first down here.
And right now, Lewisburg doing a pretty good job when Latshaw rolls out. I'm waiting for him to just rip off a big run, but right now they're doing a good job containing him. They're covering well receivers, and then Latshaw's got nowhere to use his legs.
Well, he did not get the first down.
Last 2 years, honestly, again, that's the trouble with these first week games. I feel like this is a carbon copy of the last 2 years. I remember sitting here almost melting just as much as I am right now.
It's a rainforest.
Watching the teams just back and forth, struggling, making poor plays, and not converting.
Under center again, Lewisburg. QB turns and hands it off. Oh, there was space there.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wanted to cut it in. Probably wanted to keep that outside. He will pick up a couple yards, though, on the run. Maybe a good 5 or 6. Not a bad first down play for Lewisburg.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised Field got the ball. He's more of a fullback role. He took the cut back into the defense. There was a nice hole put together by the Lewisburg offensive line. Davis is in the backfield now.
QB drops, turns, hands it off, breaks the first tackle, gets outside. He finds the sideline, showing speed, down to the 30. Out. You said this kid's got some wheels, some big play ability, and he just showed you it there.
I've had the pleasure to watch him the last couple of years. Obviously last year with the injury, but we knew this was there, and the media knew it was there. Obviously, he's given an All-State year and an All-State title his freshman year, so he's something special. I got to give credit to the coaching staff of Lewisburg. They saw what they had. I believe they ran the exact same play, and look at the result.
We got a timeout on the field here. Officials timeout. Oh, we got a helmet issue, it looks like. The Shamokin player there fixing his helmet.
Interesting. I know they have to spell Davis after that long run. It's hot. Sean Field back in the backfield behind Michael Casale.
You know, have him cramping up late in the game, because the more you can rest and not, ride the same guy over and over and over again, the better he could be later in the game. And it is a common thing in week one, the cramps. Under center again. Lewisburg now starting to get more under center. QB gets the snap, hands it off again. Pretty similar play there. Not obviously the same gain as Shamokin flies in and gets the tackle. Pickup of about 3 on the play, maybe 2. It'll be a 2nd down and 8. Throws it up in the air and just overthrown. As Lewisburg again airing it out a little bit. I like the arm that I'm seeing out of Ladshaw. No, that's Wenrick. Wenrick from Lewisburg.
Smart throw by Wenrick. He put the ball where only his receiver could get it on the outside. Unfortunately, just
the outside shoulder instead of the inside there. But I like the aggressiveness of this Lewisburg offense. It's going to have Shamokin on their heels. You got to take some jabs at it. Now they're in the shotgun formation. Single receivers each way wide. 2 backs in the backfield. And, well, I mean, there it is. Another penalty for Shamokin. It's going to really hurt them. Their first one was on offense. And it was killed a drive for them. Now here on defense on a 3rd and 8 to jump off sides, make it now be a 3rd and 3. And this is 2-down territory, I would assume. I mean, what's the kicking situation?
It's been a slugfest so far. Just punch the ball forward.
We'll see if coach agrees with David here. If they do not get it on 3rd down, QB turns, hands it off in the backfield, nothing going. Shamokin Indians all over the place there, making the tackle for a loss. Could be a loss of 2 on the play.
I tell you what, he hasn't come up with a tackle the last 2 plays, but number 45, Bridgeton DeVal, he's absolutely gotten through the line real quick and disrupted the backfield and made the runner change direction where there would have been a hole.
Well, it was a big tackle by him there, forcing the 1-yard, a long 1-yard loss. So here you are, David, 4th and 4, and Lewisburg doesn't seem to be throwing or bringing out the kick team. So they're going to go for it here. Now, we've seen them throw out in the flats a little deeper, and we've seen a lot of this running off here in the near side. But the strong side of the field now is to their right. Do they take advantage of an open field here? Well, we got a timeout.
On parts that you have to get the snap, you have to get the hold and the kick. I don't know, right now, he's the head coach. He's making the calls. Put Davis on an island. Get him outside. Give him some space. You saw them run the pitch to the flat earlier. Missed a block, maybe a block away. Davis is a guy who can get you
really well this far. Yeah, you're not going to give up. You're going to get good field. Not going to give Shamokin good field position here.
Not going to disagree, Nate, but the problem with that is you started to see Shamokin gain some momentum and find some confidence with some of their runs. All it takes is one break, and that's a problem.
And judging by the history of these 2 teams matching up the last 2 years, points don't come very this one, as we are at 0-0 with 53 seconds here in the first quarter. And the kick field goal attempt is up. Is it long enough? It is. Very nice kick there. And what was David, his number there? He's got it all crinkled up.
Cohen Hoover.
Yes.
Making Lewisburg soccer proud.
Nice, almost 39-yard attempt. And it goes through and just barely. Had good height, got it over the line, so he couldn't get a block, and able to just get it through the uprights. And Lewisburg strikes first as they are up 3-0 here at Shamokin Kent Memorial Field.
Heading into the wing.
All right, now Shamokin special teams out there to return the kick. Lewisburg setting up for kickoff. Special teams a big play here. If I'm Lewisburg, good containment, force everything inside, wrap up and make the tackle. You do not want to give up a big play here and give momentum back to Shamokin.
Let's hope Hoover can punch one into the end zone.
Well, those hot pink shoes have got to help.
I think his dad picked those out. His dad has some flair of to himself. And
oh, out of bounds, so it'll be a penalty there. Not the worst thing, but also not the best.
Well said, Ryan. I believe, you know what, it could be worse. Of course, you want the touchback, but you know what, taking it out of bounds and letting your defense get set. Again, special teams are such a crapshoot so early in the season. You know, a lot of times you get some young guys out there. You try to get them on the field, get them, and the nerves kick in, and, you know, mistakes are made. You lose your lane, you lose contain, and all of a sudden you're looking at a 7-3 game instead of a 3-0 lead heading into the end of the first quarter.
Every young player knows that their opportunities a lot in the varsity game on a Friday night under the lights is on that special teams. And on that stage, if they can make some plays, it sometimes affords them some minutes, whether on the defensive side or the offensive side. So those mistakes can happen, but not the case there. Just a kick out of bounds, and Shamokin will start with the ball on the Lewisburg 35-yard line. Handoff again, getting out around the edge. Good move, cutting it inside, and it'll be brought down by Quinn Michaels.
No, Michaels was a trail on that. He came on the blitz, but couldn't get to the outside. So I'm probably assuming it's probably Opperman, similar number 23, coming up and making the tackle, but not after 7 yards were gained.
That's Zakeem Clinton again. That freshman getting a lot of carries tonight. Good-looking running back with size there for the young Shamokin Indians. Shotgun formation. Snap. Oh, off the QB's hands. It's picked up, though. Caught off the, saving the day there. Not sure what he gained. About 3 yards on the play. But he saved the day there. That could have been disastrous. Oh, I think the snap, David, might have been a little early there for Shamokin.
And that's certainly underrated. The mesh between the quarterback and the center, whether they're under center or receiving the shotgun. Again, nerves. We've said that enough tonight. But the nerves, you're worried about making that block after the snap, and that certainly was the case here. Unfortunately, the ball seemed like it was hanging out there for 10, 15 seconds, and Lewisburg couldn't respond to it. But that seems to be the end of the quarter.
Yep, comes the end of the quarter, 3-0, as Lewisburg has the early lead here in Shamokin on a 39-yard field goal. So far, I know you were really looking into Shamokin and finding some things out. I struggled to find anything defensively, stat-wise on them. I did see they averaged there, so defense definitely a concern and an issue last year. What are you seeing so far as they've got through one quarter of play here tonight?
Right now, for me, I know you talked earlier about it's hot. Guys will cramp week one. You don't want to give one guy too many carries. But right now, Coach Persing had a lot of praise for these guys up front. So right now, I would keep feeding Clinton, and I'd like to see him lean on this front five right now and let the big boys eat and get some movement going up front.
Nate, how do you feel about this? It's 3rd and 1, and you're in the shotgun. I struggle with that.
Don't like it.
QB keeper out of the shotgun and nothing going as he is swallowed up for a loss. Number 72 and 18 for Lewisburg. 72, that is Andrew Smith, and 18, Jack Black.
Here for the next at least 2 years. Saw a few reps last year, hindered with injury, but he is someone who, I talk about the depth of the line. He's someone that could help us out tremendously. Again, Davis back. Let's see what he got.
A late substitution there as Davis gets in to return this punt on 4th and 1. Good punt, good spiral. Davis is going to field it. Making a move, reverses field again, nothing
You
going.
just got to go.
Fumble.
Oh,
Fumble.
great containment there and a fumble. Looks though as Lewisburg jumped on the ball, and Lewisburg and Jeremiah Davis, the junior, escape a disaster there as they're able to pick up the fumble and maintain possession.
I don't want to say I told you so, but again, these special teams will be crucial. You'll see special teams come through tonight. Of course, I'm sorry, I don't really consider field goal special teams. I'm talking about punts and punt returns and kickoffs returns. But let's see what happens. Our heads, and then the team goes down and scores. So let's see what we can do here. See if we can put together another scoring drive.
Well, confidence should be on. Shotgun, fake handoff, roll out, nice pass out in the flat to, I believe, the tight end. Is that Blau? Blau's a very nice tight end. Great hands, good size, good athlete, tough to bring down. I know I read an article that, you know, coach felt that he was feeling like baseball was his thing, but football could easily be that as well with the size and strength and athleticism he has, and he's showing a lot of it there in that play.
Let's not forget our sport, Ryan, basketball. I saw him come off an injury about 2 years ago and just elevate above the rim. I said, Jack Blau is back. I announced it. He's just really a physical kid.
Off counter, get out around the edge, lower the shoulders, tiptoe on the sideline. Oh, and just brought down.
Great to see Opperman get the ball. I know he was in the first series. I was wondering where he was in the last couple. But you know what? They have a ton of athletes. I said that in the pre-game. Let's see what happens.
Well, good run there by Opperman. I like the speed he shows. He was able to break out of a tackle and just turn on the boost.
Two good open field tackles there by freshman number 4, Logan Steele for Shamokin.
What an opportunity for freshmen. First week, Friday night football, and you're out there in the field. What a memory that kid's going to have. Under center, drops back, handoff.
Is another sophomore. Played a lot last year at corner. Good athlete.
Good pickup, a 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 from midfield. 9:56 here in the second quarter. Lewisburg leads Shamokin 3-0.
Coach Wick's doing a nice job rotating the backs, getting them in, getting them fresh, keeping those fresh legs as the Shamokin defense struggles.
Drop, turn, handoff, and nothing going in the backfield.
He has been in the backfield every single play. He is mean up front.
Yeah, he's he is a senior. Running back, linebacker, 6 foot, 210, nice size athlete. And he was able to bring down Sean Field, the junior running back for the Dragons, 5'9", 190 pounds. But penalty on the play against Lewisburg. That's going to march him back. I did not catch the signal as we were on the wayside booth, so we're not getting.
So, again, sets them back. And this is Lewisburg in the past. Get something going, get some momentum, and then shoot ourselves in the foot.
Spoken like a dad that's been watching it in the stands. Well, shotgun formation, trips to the far side, single back in the backfield.
Take it.
Got an encroachment there on Shamokin as the defensive end jumped over. So there you go. You know, just trade some penalty. But 2nd down and 13, much more manageable than 2nd and 18. As Lewisburg comes to the line of scrimmage. Quick huddle there.
Tyler Downs in, spelling Blau at tight end.
Man in motion. Rolling out, QB keeper of the option. Trying to get out around the edge. Great job by Shamokin in pursuit. Getting the tackle, minimal gain. Number 2 for Shamokin, I believe there. Hayden Smith in on the tackle.
Other than the big run by Davis for Lewisburg, both teams have done a really good job of setting the edge. No big runs to the outside. Both teams are pursuing well and making good open field tackles.
Well, and, you know, in high school football, one thing that's easier to have on par is your defense week 1. Offense, there's a lot of things to work out. You just can't simulate that in-game emotion and timing by Jeremiah Davis, but going nowhere, maybe even a loss of a yard on the play. Again, it's these defenses just dominating both defenses at the line of scrimmage.
Up front right now for Shamokin, they're just getting through easy. Number 66 there, Ty Kurtz, he's had a couple big tackles and gotten through the line quickly. Coach Persing talked a lot about those guys up front, and right now they're playing well.
And David, with the Lewisburg offense, the offensive line, is this a new line, a lack of experience? Is this going to be grow as you go?
It's his depth. I mean, we have 2 or 3, stalwarts in there. We have Malusis, we have Schumacher. I believe we have Mateo Caseo, who's a young kid. He's a center that allows Schumacher to move from center to guard. But again, it's depth. Right now, it's heat.
Get low, buddy.
Cohen Hoover not only kicked the field goal, he has now moved the Dragons inside Shamokin territory, about the 23-yard line.
You know what I love most about that, besides the trickery? Number 10, the punter. He's open field. He could have just ducked out of bounds. He said, you know what? I'm going to make a play. I'm going to lower my shoulder here and try to get a couple extra yards. I love it.
Yep. And David, you talked earlier in the broadcast, about this Cohen Hoover and his athleticism and stuff. And, we made some mention, it's nice sometimes to have an athlete back there as your punter or kicker because there's so many things you can do. It can be more dangerous than just, your regular old kicker. And right away, Lewisburg finding a big play here as their 1st and 10 at the Shamokin 23. Oh, fumbled snap. QB picks it up. Might have reached out and got a yard there. Great second effort there by quarterback Chase Wenrick.
I love the effort by Wenrick, but you got to be careful putting that ball out there, just waiting for it to be popped out. But hey, he made something out of nothing. Getting back to Cohen Hoover, he's an athlete. His brother was an all-state soccer player. His dad is an excellent cornhole player. But
you would know that.
He's an athlete.
You would
he's
know
an athlete.
that.
But again, now that's on tape, you best believe.
I like using you're throwing everything out there early on. This is an important game. Week 1 is so important. Open on the rollout. And again, Wenrick showing he's got some speed as well. He got out around there, was able to avoid would-be tackler and picked up good yards.
Wenrick's a good look for him. He can make plays. We saw that at the scrimmage. We, meaning me.
Yes.
Saw it at the scrimmage last Saturday. There was a scramble. He went down the sideline, picked up some really good yards. Strong run.
Now, Wenrick, you said, is a wrestler. When is wrestling season?
It's that other thing opposite of basketball.
Never heard of it. Drop back handoff. Trying to get out around the edge. Good shoelace tackle there by number 4 for Shamokin.
Logan Steele, the freshman, not scared of the moment, making a bunch of big open field tackles.
47 Montgomery also coming up on the play. So, Shamokin pursuing, making tackles, making sure that Opperman
10, so no gain on the play. 6:37 here in the second quarter. As the Lewisburg Green Dragons wearing their white with yellow pants. I've never seen this.
We like it.
We like it. They're up 3-0. Kind of looks like the old Chargers uniforms.
Chargers
second
were
down
yellow
and 10.
And green?
Well, not green, but the yellow and white. Rolls out to his left.
That's trouble.
Oh, man. Wow. And listen, guys, that's a tough play. The quarterback rolled out to his left, throwing across the body. I don't like it. It's a very, very tough play. I know we see the pros do it on TV. They make it look easy, but there's a lot of core workouts they do to get that strength off balance, make that pass. Very fortunate, Rick, that he did not have an interception there.
Got away with one there. Threw it in the three. But you know what? Sometimes you just got to take the ball, eat it, and get down the field. So, again, I did ask Quinn, why are we rolling out across our body? I'm not quite sure. But, again, that is the wide side of the field. Let's be honest. Coach is using the space that's in front of him. But I got to give him credit. Blau was open.
Well, and they had a good deception there with the play action. He just didn't get his feet set to make a good, strong throw, and he threw across his body.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, his setup was good. Everything looked really good. That's just a very, very tough throw, especially for, a junior in his first start at QB. But very fortunate. They're at 3rd and 10 right now, and there was an interception, a touchback, and Shamokin ball. 6:16 remaining. So Lewisburg, I believe, called the timeout there. They're going to regroup here. Is this 2-down territory, or do you say?
I bet. In the past, watching them play, they're going to stick to the kicking game.
Big play here for Shamokin, going down 10-0 opposed to 6-0 the way this one's gone.
Shamokin, no safeties. No safeties here, so they're going to man up in coverage, putting guys in the box. Rolling out to the near side, makes a throw out of bounds. I believe it's Charlie Landis was trying to make the catch. Unable. Kicker, the athlete there, and Cohen for Lewisburg.
You know what? Fake it.
Your best offense right now.
Somebody get Wicks on the line. Fake it.
I mean, to be honest, other than the Jeremiah Davis run, your special teams has been your best offense so far.
Here's Charlie Landis.
Field goal looks good, and it is.
There.
Lewisburg on the board again, 6-0 with 6:05 here in the second quarter. And Cohen, what was Cohen's last name again?
Hoover.
Just like the vacuum, but he don't suck. 2 field goals, 2 for 2. That's a great start to the season for a kicker. David, what's the record for most field goals in a season at Lewisburg?
I'm not sure. I got to be honest with you. Field goals don't count for me. You got to score.
Well, this is a lackluster podcast.
Right.
Broadcast from the booth.
What a question to put David on the spot.
Yeah, I love the fact.
I didn't expect him to answer it. I just thought it would be fun.
In the game, I believe it would be 2.
There we go. We're witnessing history right now.
His personal record. Well, Sealsgrove last year started out, Carter Young started out his first game with 4 field goals. And I believe the record, it was a win. Yep. Like 9 or 10. It wasn't a crazy amount. And he had 4 to start the year. And he added another one in week 2. So he had 5 in the first 2 weeks. It's a lot of field goals in high school. Lead blocking there. Able to get skinny, finds an opening, but he's wrapped up and brought down. 35-yard line. We'll reset the down, 1st and 10, 5:57 here in the half. Lewisburg leading 6-0. So if you're a Shamokin here, what do you think you would do here if you're the coach to try and get some points on the board before half?
You know, Coach Persing talked a lot about the feet of quarterback Brad Latchaw, so I would like to see them go back to that little play action and see if he can rip one off and get them going offensively.
Well, out of the shotgun formation, he is rolling out near side. Oh, his receiver fell.
That's not good.
That's not good. Oh, geez.
Wow.
Turning something maybe from nothing. Nope, he's going to be wrapped up and brought down. I feel bad for him. He was rolling out here, had a receiver. The receiver slipped, and that killed the play. That's when he decided to turn back out around. Didn't know he had 3 dragons coming down his back. Looked like he bounced it backwards about 5 yards and ultimately took the loss of 6 yards. 2nd down and 16 from the 29-yard line.
That was the toughest negative 6-yard run I've seen from a high school quarterback.
And if you are watching this at home, I apologize. Our producer is not here tonight. We are doing our best to keep the camera on the play. Right now, what are the Lewisburg offensive stats?
2 field goals and a great fake punt. 6 on the board.
That's all that matters. Hey, this is the first time we've ever done it. I've never done play-by-play, so I know I'm awful, so you can leave that in the comments if you like. But David and Nate will carry me tonight. But you know what? The first time I shot a basketball, I don't think it went in. So we got to start somewhere.
Everyone after that did.
You never watched me play. I was a rebounder and a putback guy. Nah, I could shoot a little bit.
3rd and 12. I'm going to heat up the quarterback here if I'm Coach Wicks, but you know what? I'm not.
You know, and the problem with if you throw here and don't complete it, you stop the clock, but almost an interception there. Very risky. Shamokin's passing game has looked very shaky on all their attempts tonight.
Not a completion.
Shamokin stats for you. We'll make up the Lewisburg ones, and we will give you accurate Shamokin ones.
You know why we're doing stats? Shout out District 4 dudes. Also doing double work here, covering on Twitter and broadcasting.
Yep, From the Booth and its brother, District 4 dudes. District 4 dudes on Twitter, From the Booth on Facebook and YouTube. You can watch the game live on YouTube. So we're going to try and cover a game each week. Well, the punt will not get off here as we have a flag before the snap. Not quite sure what's going on.
I can hear the Lewisburg coaches talking. Why didn't they let the play go? Again, let the play go. Let Lewisburg choose. Do they want the result of the play? You never know. Jeremiah Davis, touchdown return, or 5 yards.
Correct. Well, they don't have a choice. It's 5 yards, backing them up.
Not criticizing the stripes. Listen, my father was a referee. Great respect.
Well, 4th and 17. The punt is off. A great punt.
That's a really good punt. And it stays in bounds.
Oh, boy. It went out of bounds midfield. It looked much better from our perspective, but Lewisburg will get the ball back. Great field position right on the S in the middle of the field. And can they come out and put more points up with 4:10 here in the half? And David, you know, for Lewisburg, they don't have to come out throwing. I mean, a couple good runs would be very beneficial as they only have 50 yards to go to get into the end zone. Taking some time off this, it just ended up with a field goal.
Certainly agree with you. Grind it out. Use the 4 minutes. You know what? Go in, get some points right before halftime. Low snap. Again, that's the problem. You know, low snap. All of a sudden, the bad or difficult exchange with the running back appears to be Nick Coleman, and we're looking at 2nd and 15.
Yeah, not the play Coach Wick wanted to start out this drive in midfield, as they will lose 5-6 yards on the play.
Number 11, Caden Parker, with his 2nd tackle for loss.
In the backfield before the running backs can make that exchange, and that's why we're going in reverse.
These teams match up extremely well. I mean, it is a very, very good battle, very even. I give advantage to Lewisburg a little bit because of the passing game and special teams, but other than that, these teams are shadowing each other and just battling out for every yard. And right there, Lewisburg tries to run between the tackles, maybe picked up 2 yards on the play, should make it about a 3rd and 14. With 3:12 to go, the clock is running. I believe both teams still have 2 timeouts.
Lewisburg's down to 1. They used one in the first, and they used one right before the field goal in the 2nd period.
Speaking of, Ryan, you get a big stop here if you're Shamokin. Do you stop the clock to give yourself some time to work with here to try to get some points on the board?
In high school, I love using my timeouts on defense because you can get a 1st down and stop the clock on offense. Now we have a dead play here, flag right away. Might be a false starter lined up all.
Send field out into the flat, looking like they were setting up a screen. I heard the Lewisburg coaches above us calling for it. Honestly, I'm of the mindset that I'm just simply going to push the ball forward if possible, be conservative, run the clock.
Quarterback in a position to try and pick this up. I just run the ball, let the clock run, see if Shamokin uses a timeout, and then get your defense out there, try and get into the locker room at halftime with a 6-0 lead. You do not want to force something with the first start of the career of your junior quarterback and have him throw a pick 6 here. I mean, that would be very detrimental for Lewisburg, which has played pretty well so far, enough to have a 6-0 lead on Shamokin.
Absolutely. I got to correct you, Ryan. I'm sorry to do that, but being a longtime Lewisburg dad, sometimes mostly fan, the one, but again, the results were not favorable. But Chase does have experience. That's why he, excuse me, moved into the starting role. Coach Wicks really, really high on him and his development. And, you know, we're seeing some of that today.
Oh, absolutely.
Throws a nice ball, makes a good decision, puts the ball on the outside shoulder. So, but right now, let's sit on it. Let's punt the ball. Cohen Hoover can certainly punt the ball. Let your defense end the quarter. You never know. You look at the last series, makes a great play, but you know what? Let the defense play.
Well, I was not aware that he got those 2 starts last year. Definitely helps the more experience you can get, but I agree with you. Price. Other than that, he's looked very nice as a high school quarterback.
Throw it away.
No, I like it.
I'm not a fan at all of the call. Why are we putting, you know, the ball in the quarterback hands? You have a pounding, you have the hammer, you have field. You know what? Play field position. Let your kicking game take care of you.
Not so much the play I like, the decision I like.
Oh, good call.
I'd rather you see throw it out of bounds or get out of bounds rather than take the hit. But I'm glad he didn't try and force the throw there.
Well, and if you throw, and even if it doesn't get intercepted, stop.
Stopping the clock. Shamokin with 2 timeouts. Punt.
Hoover
Ooh, it's a short. It's short. Not good. He'd be lucky if it even reached midfield. So the referee's running his marathon to the parking lot. Oh, he stops. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the Lewisburg 43 for Shamokin. 2-minute drill. 2 minutes, 25 seconds here in the half. You haven't done much offensively. Nate, what do you expect here? You think they're going to open up a little bit of pass here? They do have 2 timeouts.
Listen, I would, like you said earlier, they don't even have 50 yards to go. They have 2 minutes. I'm not sure how many timeouts they have, but I would still stick to the run a little bit, try to get the offensive line going a little bit, then you open it up and air it out a little bit. But how good do you feel if you're Shamokin right now, if you can get some points on the board with how bad it's been offensively thus far?
I mean, I've been there as a coach where I've had leads at halftime and go, how do I have the lead right now? And Shamokin's in that position. The handoff goes to number 21, Sakeem Clinton.
Looks like
he's a tough runner. He never goes down at first contact. He just keeps those knees. We got a flag on the play. Not sure yet the call. David's got better eyes than me, so hopefully he can
hold.
Says the youngster. Well done, Nate. Again, we got hands on hips. When you see the national broadcast early in the season, they always call out the linemen. They're struggling.
As a shout out for playing in this heat, but you know what? We're grinding up here too in this sauna of the press box.
I'll tell you, I was sweating the moment we walked in here.
I sweat when I breathe. But fortunately, I made.
You can breathe in here.
I made the great decision to wear jeans tonight.
Out of shotgun now from about midfield. Fake handoff, quick pass to the tight end across the middle. Very nice play, good timing. Threw it on the backside shoulder, and the catch for Shamokin as it's number. These guys never want to show us their numbers. 15, I believe. Ben Delball.
Well, Delball is an excellent athlete, excellent track athlete. That's the concern. Right, you let Shamokin get in, gain some confidence. You put the ball in pencil Delball's hands. They're going to make plays.
Again, out of the shotgun. This time they hand it off. And it's blown up in the backfield.
Some laundry.
As Clinton can't get anything going there. He is met right away. I did not catch the number for Lewisburg.
It's 22 Michaels. Michaels gave up that play on the pass play. He was a little disappointed. The quarterback threw a nice ball on the back shoulder. Michaels was there, just couldn't make the play, so it's nice to see him come back, rebound, and make that tackle.
Dave brought up a good point, bringing up pencil. All the stuff athlete in District 4 this year, and he hasn't really gotten many touches, and he's got one carry for -1 yard. So I would expect, maybe not on this drive, but in the second half, I would expect to see them try to get him in some sort of rhythm and get him some touches and let him make some plays.
Well, either that or the coach is a liar and it's a decoy.
Nate, I couldn't agree more. That was a struggle with Cam last year. Cam was an excellent athlete. Got to give him some credit. But the fact was we couldn't get the ball in his hands.
Dropping back.
Michael's in pursuit.
Out. Nothing going. Oh, he does get out around the edge. Oh, get it?
Got the first down.
Got the first down. Very close. It's the QB. Kept the ball there for Shamokin. Latshaw.
Marking it first.
Big first down play. A broken play, I believe. Latshaw's able to get out around the edge and get the yardage for the first down.
He made that cutback. I think if he didn't run into his lineman there, he had a lot of open field over here to the left side.
You're right, Nate. The pursuit was heading to the Shamokin sideline.
Quick pass again, the same pass they made earlier to Delball, opposite hash mark. But two good passes there by Latshaw and to Delball. And he's down as a wide receiver. I think he lined up as a tight end right there.
They're running the streaks. Look, they're going to come back to this to the other side. Why wouldn't you? They're going to go into this halftime 7-6.
36 seconds remaining. They hurry up to the line. Twins to the near side, out of shotgun. They do fake the handoff. He's looking, he's throwing deep, underthrown perfectly, and Shamokin gets into the end zone with the touchdown pass. Latshaw to Price, and Price in his first football game for Shamokin gets the first touchdown of the season, ties the game up at 6-6 with 25 seconds here remaining in the half.
Absolutely worst case scenario for the Dragons. Shanked punt, leaves the ball at the 50-yard line.
Maybe a situation there you call a timeout to settle your team down. You had late substitutions coming off. You still got a timeout there on the board, and they've gotten chunk of yardage in the last couple plays. But Lewisburg decides not to use the timeout. And honestly, that underthrown ball ended up being the perfect throw.
Price made a great play on it. I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm not rooting for either team, but got a lot of love for Ryland Price. I'm happy for him making some big plays in his first game at Shamokin.
He's got the only touchdown and score for Shamokin. He's got an interception. So very good coming out party for Ryland Price and Shamokin. Shamokin finds themselves with a 7-6 lead with 25 seconds. David, we just said this moments ago. This entire game has been, I don't want to use the word dominated, but definitely Lewisburg has played the better football. And then all of a sudden, in one possession, Shamokin puts it together with a short field, and they're up 7-6 at halftime.
You best believe Coach Persing's feeling very good about this, not only because they're going to end up going into the locker room with the lead. They found something. They found that tight end down the seam, and they're going to go back to that. You best believe, you know what, put Price on an island, let him go up and get it. Long kid, athletic kid. He's going to make some catches in the second half.
Well, here's the dangerous thing for Shamokin is Lewisburg special teams as they come out in the field now to receive this kick. And the special teams has gotten it done tonight, whether they've been faking a punt or kicking the two field goals they have gotten. And back to receive is number 1, Jeremiah Davis, and number 5, Nick Coleman, a junior and a sophomore. See if these guys can get anything done. Wouldn't be surprised here if Shamokin does a squib kick, though.
Good call.
And they do. Right up.
Michaels with the return. Tuck it in.
That's not the guy you want to kick it to, though, if you're going to squib kick it. Never kick it to a Michaels. Never. Very athletic family.
Mom. Heavily influenced by mom.
Dad played football in the Coal region. Where'd you play at, David?
May have heard of it, Southern Columbia. That was before they were quite dominant.
No, we've heard of it. They are a very good team. Not even team, program. Unbelievable stuff they do there. And you are a part of that history, David. I wonder how they're doing tonight. Who they open up with, Bavin?
Berwick.
Big game.
I read a stat the other day that said Roth could lose every game for the next 37 years and still be above 500.
Oh.
So
Deep throw there. It's as good as a punt, in my opinion. Why not try it? I mean, the only thing you're going to hurt there is maybe the confidence of the QB. But if I'm the coach as he's coming off, say, listen, that was worth the shot. Only 13 seconds here remaining in the half as Shamokin gets the interception.
that was Derek Ash. He came in a little stronger, good baseball player, stronger arm than Wenrick. Thought they would sneak one down the sideline, but the safety played it perfectly. Actually, was waiting for the ball to come to him. So, again, let's hope that Shamokin doesn't say, hey, what do we got to lose? We got some athletes, get them down the field, throw something to Delboth, throw something to Pencil, let them do something in the last 13.2 seconds.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I try it here. I take a knee and I get into half. You're up 7-6
No way.
somehow. I take a knee here. I do not risk an
Call Ron
interception.
Rivera.
Out of the shotgun here. They do hand it off. Nice run again. Nice tough run by Clinton. He had a nice run in the late and mid-90s as well.
That was Clinton Portis.
Yes.
They call it timeout with 0.7 seconds. I was thinking George Clinton.
We should call this guy the president. What do you think?
Wild Bill.
Good nickname for Clinton here for Shamokin, number 21. Got a lot of carries tonight. Wild Bill. We're heading in the wrong directions with this broadcast right now. 0.7 seconds left. Ball is about the 40-yard line. What do you do here, David?
Do you pull out some trickery?
No, absolutely.
Not week one.
No. Shotgun. Look. College football. Quinn just broke out the old Xbox. We have college football 2014, and it's the Hail Mary. That's what I'm going with. It's the end of the quarter. Throw it
Streaks.
up. Let somebody go. Streaks. Well done.
I think they're actually coming back with NCAA football.
You know what? They've been talking about that for the last 5 years. NIL now in place. I would hope. I told my boys I would buy the new system that it comes out on.
Big mistake there by you, Dad. Have you priced them out lately?
No, but that's how committed I am to that sport.
Have you looked
game.
at interest rates?
Listen, me and my dad, when I was in like middle school, we would play NCAA and we would start a dynasty together. And we'd start at like Colorado, and he was the offensive coordinator and I was the defensive coordinator. Some of my best moments in my life, sitting in the basement with my dad playing NCAA football.
So you were the Deion Sanders before Deion Sanders at Colorado.
Yeah, I had
Prime time.
Great NIL deal opportunities for these guys too, you know.
I don't know what year that was, but I can tell you Slash, Cordell Stewart, and Eric Bieniemy, when I was in college, probably 94, 95, they were brilliant. Colorado Buffaloes, triple option, I get it. Got to come back, Nate. Got to give you a shout-out simply because I'm going to name a computer for you, Commodore 64. Best moments of my life growing up with my dad and my brother. I learned some new vocabulary from my father because, A, he's trying to figure out the game, B, his sons are beating him. But you know what? It gave some special moments. So shout out to you, John. Shout out to you, Jeff, my brother. Let's play hardball.
Commodore, is that like an Atari? We had Atari.
It was newer than the Atari. It was actually, it was great.
Well, they're just going to hand it off up the middle. Oh, ball comes loose.
Yes, please. Looked like number 8 scooped it up for Shamokin. That's Chase Pencil. That's not the guy you want scooping up the ball. Lewisburg dodged the bullet on that one.
But here we are, end of the second quarter, going into half. Surprisingly, Shamokin up 7-6 as they are able to put a 50-yard drive together right before the end of the half and take the first their first lead of the game. And I think they're going to be pretty happy with where they're at here at halftime.
Uncle Mo is a huge, huge factor early in the season, early week one. Let's see if the Dragons can bounce back, because quite honestly, other than that fake punt.
We've reached halftime. We're going to let the band play and entertain the crowd. But we'll come back minutes before the start of the second half, give a little insight. I'll get some keys the second half from both David and from Nate, and see what the keys will be for Shamokin and Lewisburg to come out with a victory tonight, as Shamokin again leads 7-6 here at halftime at Kemp Memorial Stadium. All right, we are back. Minute to go till the halftime ends. Lewisburg out in the field, stretching out, getting ready for the second half. We just got to see Jake Hernandez.
Goat, Lewisburg goat.
Yep, Lewisburg goat, basketball, football.
Best mullet.
All right, well, we got ourselves a heck of a game here. 7-6. Had fun in the first half with you guys. Our first football broadcast from the booth. You can catch From the Booth on YouTube and Facebook. I don't believe it's live on Facebook tonight. All our games will be broadcast on YouTube. Go there and see some of the podcasts that we've done with players last year. We're going to get the podcast. We do a podcast so I can get my man cave back. So
I got a brief glimpse of it the other day, and the start of it looks real good. I'm excited to see how it turns out.
Really enjoy those podcasts. Pat O'Brien does the podcast with me a lot, and I want to get you guys on the air here as well, doing some of those podcasts. And we've covered some basketball, covered Lewisburg a couple times last year in the playoffs, and we did All-Star game as well. Had a lot of fun with that. You guys did the All-Star game, did an excellent job. And Pat O'Brien tonight in Selinsgrove as they got their opening game. I forget, Del Val, I think they open up with tonight. And Pat O'Brien on Eagle 107.3. If you get tired of us,
if
go listen to a real pro.
If Pat was here, he would really appreciate me doing this. Shout out to him. I miss his bald head, but also let's just shout out all our loved ones for allowing us to be here and do this, as Pat would say.
Yeah, well, my loved ones all this year.
Indeed he is. He took to the court this week. Came back with the feedback. It's a little different than high school. Yes, son, it is. But I'm glad you're there. I'm glad you're giving it the college try. Shout out to Chloe. Chloe's playing soccer at Susquehanna.
That's right. You got two very good athletes in the family there. Jace is gonna, yeah.
I love how you did that. You set it up perfectly. Hold on. Tell me about your track athlete at Coastal Carolina. Let's be honest. Give him some credit.
Well,
Track athlete.
he's throwing javelin, and he's doing it at a pretty big level. As Coastal is D1, he's got his hands full down there. He is practicing every day of the week. He's got core and conditioning every day of the week. And Monday, Wednesday, Friday, he's 2 hours in the weight room where they are not allowed to have headphones. They're not allowed to have their phone, and they have to wear their team attire. They have to wear team colors. Very serious in the weight room. And he's also got that freshman mandatory study halls on Mondays and Wednesday nights. So he has his plate full as he's going to try and get the full experience in there at Coastal Carolina throwing javelin. And it's a new sport for him. He only went out for track his junior year. So excited to see what he's going to be able to do throwing javelin with the little experience and then getting in a real program there where they're just going to develop him not only physically but for a short time. I got to give a ton of credit to Coach Bing to getting Jace to that level.
High school, too. Milton's got it going on over there.
Very good-looking basketball coach. Maybe.
Can't say the same for Bloomsburg, that's for sure.
Onside attempt or just a bad kick, Dave?
No, that was an onside attempt, and I get it, but I'm not a fan of it. Look, they just drove the ball from the 50-yard line and punched one in. Now we're giving them the ball right back up at the seam. Look for the tall receivers, much taller than the D-backs and the linebackers.
I'm going to take this opportunity, even though there was some laundry. Nice recovery there by number 52, Blake Hockenbrock. Cool story about him that was in the paper the other day. He's one of their best offensive linemen. 2 years ago, he was a quarterback. Decided to put some weight on. They needed offensive linemen, and here he is now being mean and up front.
Well, that reminds me of my story. Just put some weight on. The only thing I'm missing is playing. Well,
Again, must have been offside. Goes deep this time. Going through the Shamokin sideline.
Oh,
got some space. Good blocking. He's getting down the sideline to midfield, and he's going to be taken out of bounds. Well, the onside kick, not much different, even though it was negated with a penalty. As Shamokin special teams starting out the second.
And again, let's hope that's not indicative of what.
good.
Well, your defense has done a pretty good job tonight, other than that one in shotgun, twins to the near side. Shamokin. Showing motion, quick handoff to the president, Clinton. And boy, does he run hard.
Time to go to the president.
Well, over under for the Cramps guys. I'm gonna say 8-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Think about it here. We'll come back to it, and I'm gonna need your bets and your cash. Up to the line of scrimmage, Shamokin. Again, twin set to the near side, out of shotgun. Same exact play, different back, near the same result. I believe that number
And
I think we're back on. I think might have fixed our audio issue there.
shout out to Cam. Thanks for listening in, supporting your brother. Much appreciated.
Cam, are we back on with audio? That's the real question.
The last thing we need is everybody switching over to sugar cookies, because I'll have to hear about it all the way home.
I could eat about 12 sugar cookies right now.
Well, I still have an awful taste in my mouth from something, so it's
The mints.
Cohen Hoover again, back to punt. There he goes.
No pressure. That's a design play. He's making the read. Can he get it? He's got to turn out. He got it. Cuts it back in the field. Special teams doing it again. Is he going to take it to the house? He is. Got the right blocks. And I'll tell you what, it is the kicker's night, and Cohen with the big touchdown run on the fake punt. Second fake punt of the night.
He says, Chase who?
At what point
Chase me.
At what point do you start getting this guy some carries?
Well, yeah, he's an athlete. I got to, over the summer there was talk. I talked to his dad often. We, talk about, we solved the world's problems together over coffee. I said, Cohen's a football player. I said, I know he loves soccer. I know his brother played. Cohen's a football player. I hate to say it, Steve Hoover, but I'm right. Again.
I don't think there's any denying that after his performance here tonight. He's putting Lewisburg in position here with his own.
Now,
well, he's not kicking the. Yeah, he has to say.
Here's an interesting
Where's he at? He needs to get out on the field here.
How many kickers have to go kick an extra point after ripping off a 77-yard touchdown?
Not many. I mean, he's got all the points tonight for Lewisburg, as they are trying to get week number 1 win here at Shamokin. This is a very important PAT attempt. It's up. And it's good.
I think he kicked that to Coney Island.
Well, get me a hot dog. Or, for the All-Star basketball game, they all were getting fries and burgers. Didn't quite understand that.
Yeah.
But here you go, David. I know we were having some microphone issues there, but we had said Nate put a over-under out there, the line of 32 total points. That was when it was at 19 total points. I'm the only one that took the over. And the special teams for Lewisburg put me in good position to win your guys' money, as they are able to tie it up on the fake punt. And I don't even think it was a fake punt. I think that was a read, because Shamokin has not been sending the pressure. And I think they told him, hey, if you think you can get the sideline and get the down and distance, I don't think they were expecting a touchdown. And it was a great read there by Cohen, the kicker. And not only did he get the first down, he got the points, all of them, because he kicked the PAT.
Absolutely.
And they were able to tie it up. And this is, we talk about high school football and the ups and downs, the mistakes, the timing off, the mental errors. But also high school football, you get to see special athletes do special things. And we saw it there, Cohen on the fake punt.
Absolutely.
As the kids say these days, Cohen Hoover is him.
I think Cohen knows that too. He might be the first to tell you, but we love him. And you know what? Lewisburg definitely loves him right now, as it's 13-13.
And Cohen says, I want the smoke. That's what the kids say too, Nate.
So two shout-outs. I'll give my first one. What a great audience. I love the participation, sending us text. Justin Pauling, Milton standout. Now his boys. Oh, that's a great kick.
It's going to go out of bounds.
It's not going out of bounds. That's covered.
Touched. Shamokin able to drop on the ball. What a friendly bounce for Lewisburg, as it looked like an onside attempt, a little too much, but it did make the first jump over the first line. And Shamokin thought it was going to go out of bounds. I thought it was going to go out of bounds, but it made a turn back infield off of a Shamokin player's leg. Lewisburg very close, coming up with another special teams play. But Shamokin able to recover it, and they'll start this drive at their own 25-yard line. 9:42 left in the game, 13-13. Great week 1 game here at Kent Memorial Stadium.
Where would you rather be right now than here?
The beach.
Touche.
As I was saying, I got a text. I can't repeat it on air.
Sure you can.
In regard to Cohen Hoover playing football. You know what? Justin Pauling, a strong soccer family, says no way.
Well, Justin, you don't have a microphone, therefore you're powerless. Handoff up the middle. It's the president.
Uh-oh.
Going for a second term. He is making people miss. Somebody bring him down. Oh, he fumbled it. Lewisburg picks it up.
Quinn Michaels ran down the play, stripped the ball from the president, and said, I'll take that. Very, very reminiscent of a 1991 or 92 Southern Columbia game in which Brian Klingerman from Central Columbia ripped the ball out of a running back's hands and went pay dirt.
I remember that game. I had a full diaper. Nah, I'm kidding. I was 10. I still wore diapers, but I didn't have a full one. But that play right there is huge. And you know, Clinton there, just amazing running. It's just
Absolutely.
tough running, and that effort and that desire to just keep going. Ended up, ball got out around from, carried it a little bit like a loaf of bread, and it was able to be stripped out. Massive play for that Lewisburg defense. This offense has got to feed off the momentum right now.
Unfortunately, it appears somebody is not lined up or in the formation.
Celebrating too long, didn't make the huddle.
That's my alarm to get Ryan's phone.
Already got it.
Should have set it for maybe, I don't know, 10:30.
Handoff there, up the middle. Lewisburg definitely feeling they can get some yards between the tackles, and they are able to pick up about 2, maybe 3 on the carry.
Look down on the sideline. I got to say, John Field is what this program is moving to be. He's the strength coach for us. He's the emotion, and I'm sorry I say us. I know I'm not supposed to be biased, but he's down there hollering, getting our kids believing in themselves, because that's what they kind of lacked in the last couple of years. You lose a lot of games, you start saying, hey, here we go again.
And you are allowed to be biased, as from the booth we'll be covering Lewisburg, Bloomsburg, and Milton football all year long. So we would be their broadcast.
It's Coleman gets ahead for maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, not much going there, but again, they like what they're seeing between the tackles. I think they're waiting to break one and have that one-on-one with the safety, see if they can't break a big play. Got to be patient. 3rd down and 5.
How important is this third down stop for Shamokin? You give up a big score. You rip off a big run that ends in a turnover. How much does it calm you down here if you
It's
get
massive.
a big 3 and out here?
It's massive because the wind is in the sails of the Lewisburg ship right now. Out of shotgun, fakes the option. Oh, what strength. Gets out. I don't think that's designed, but he finds an open man. Oh, shoestring tackle.
The open field tackling of Shamokin has continued to just be stellar tonight.
I'm hopeful that was behind the line, because it appears several linemen were down the field.
Well, if you're watching at home, you could always rewind back about 15 seconds and see that. I'm not sure, but you know what? There was no flag, so it doesn't matter. Lewisburg 4th and 3. Wasn't a great play, definitely a broken play, but they got some positive yards at it. And this is your biggest 4th down of the game so far. And under center, one wide receiver wide, one wide receiver near, and it's a pitch. Very dangerous play to run against a defense that has been all over the field in pursuit, and he is not going to get it. He's going to be a yard or 2 short. Too much speed. Lewisburg thinking they can get out around the edge. They have not been able to do that all night.
David, what are your thoughts there? You know, Cohen has been great with pinning them down inside their territory all night.
Nate, you read my mind. You know what he's been great at? Getting the ball in the corner, making a decision to kick it or run it. I'm not quite sure why we went to a play that's maybe netted us 3 yards so far this season.
Well, Lewisburg, no matter the fact there, is going to come back out on defense. Shamokin will get the ball, good field position at their own 40-yard line. But, you know, at the same time, maybe, you know, the coach is like, they're not going to expect this. Let's see if we can catch them off guard. Our defense is playing very well. Our special teams is the best in the country.
Best in the country.
Well, you name a high school that's had better special team play than tonight.
Listen, Cohen Hoover's already first-team All-State. I don't care what anybody else does the rest of the season.
He doesn't have to play another down.
Shamokin out of shotgun.
There he goes.
Little underneath throw, not much going there. Pick up maybe 3, maybe 4.
So here we are, 7 minutes left in the 4th. I have to say I'm impressed with the team pursuit of Lewisburg. Again, tired, hot, late in the game. They're pursuing to the ball.
I don't want to be too dramatic, but man, these next couple possessions could be season changing. I mean, with the schedules that both teams face, this is a winnable game for both teams. Very crucial. Could be the difference in a playoff seeding at the end of the year. And it's going to come down to 6 minutes here.
There it is again.
In the 4th. Very nice look there. Nothing for him. I think it was a design quarterback run, made to be a keeper. Lewisburg stretched it out, gave nothing. And there's an overthrown ball there.
Lewisburg
by
fortunate
Latchaw.
there.
What was that?
Lewisburg fortunate there. The Lewisburg defense started to pursue Latchaw when he looked like he was going to tuck and run it, and Pierce slipped upfield. If that's a throw that's on point, that's a big chunk play.
So 6:45 left in the 4th, 13-13. Thank you for checking in. Again, please send a text or a message to one of us if you cannot see. I'm hearing from Cameron, he can't see, but not too many people. There's the reverse again to Pencil. He's got the sideline.
Man, the kid's got some speed. And I think broke the contact. I think he stretched out and got enough for the first down. Looks like he might have got to the 48-yard line of Lewisburg, which would be a first down, and it is. Hopefully the audio is still going.
So again, coach, if I'm Coach Persing, I'm setting it up, maybe a run, maybe a pass, but guess what else I'm coming back to? Did the wide side of the field, Chase Pencil.
He's an athlete, why not? And we haven't seen the DeVal kid in a little while. He was a big part of that score before half. Oh, not much going there. QB able to avoid would-be tacklers. But the 5th and 6th guy come in and end it right about the line of scrimmage. I think I have no gain on the play. Good job by Lewisburg to get the stop.
Good pursuit by Lewisburg. Hayes Schumacher, one of our big guys up front, staying with the play, making pursuit, making the play. Mentioned earlier, quick shout out to Joe Ordonez, Allison Ordonez, longtime Lewisburg football friends and fans. Oldest son, Owen, playing at Lafayette. Best of luck to you guys this season. We love you and can't wait to see Owen do great things.
I remember Owen on the football field. He does make a difference. Good luck at Lafayette. Shamokin dropping back. Plenty of time. Avoids the sack. He is looking, finds a man in the middle. Is it caught? No, he drops it.
They called it incomplete.
Big hit there. I did not catch the number for Lewisburg there. Imagine free safety is the one that came up and blew that play.
We talked a
Good
lot
play
about,
by Op.
Sorry, David.
No, that's great. Go ahead, Nate.
Talked a lot about the front for Shamokin. What great protection there. Latchaw with all day to throw. Made a good throw, just couldn't haul it in.
Latchaw running left and right there. Probably got about 20 yards in running there before he actually released the ball. But his running was sideline to sideline. It'll be a broken up play. 3rd down and 10, 5:49 to go. We have a tie game, 13-13 between Lewisburg and Shamokin. Some confusion in personnel.
Delbaugh had to go off the field. Not quite sure what for.
If his helmet came off, he has to come off the field. That might have been the situation there. Now you think they even throw to this
Here comes
side.
Pencil. Here comes Pencil. They're going to come back to that. And, nope. That's why I'm not calling the plays.
The president with the carry. Man, as he turned it upfield nicely. Gets his hips squared and takes off. And he gets a big run for the first down. Shamokin getting things going here a little bit. Nickel dime here as we approach 5:42 remaining here in the game, in a tie game. This is your Lewisburg defense when they have to bend but not break. Could we see a field goal attempt by Shamokin as Carly Cedor is the kicker? We watched her warm up. Nate and I did. Had some nice kicks. Definitely has enough leg and accuracy to put it through the uprights. Will it come down to that? Out of the shotgun formation. Handoff to the president, Clinton. He gets 3-4 on the carry. And this is where, you know, they're kind of showing you run. They got 2 tight ends down, full offensive line there, and they're just running behind the hog mollies. And here's the thing, when you know they're going to run, can you stop the run? And right now, Lewisburg is going to have their hands full.
Refresh the feed. Ball's inside the 30. 2nd down. Indians moving it at will. Look for them to pop a quick pass here.
Nothing going. Oh, got out loose a little bit. Picked up some more yards, I believe. Yep, first down. Good 5-yard run there. Good second effort there for Shamokin.
And they're falling forward. That's huge. Reminds me of a classic running back from the state of New Jersey, Chris Martin. Now a botanist at Bucknell. Always move the pile forward. At least that's what he tells me.
Easier said than done.
4:45 left here in the 4th quarter.
This is huge now as Shamokin has entered the red zone, 19-yard line. Well, I'm sorry, nope.
Yep,
19. Trying to get out around the edge. Does. Picks up a few, maybe 5 on the play. And again, it's the nickel, dime of the Shamokin offense right now. Not trying to go deep downfield, do anything like that. Just more of a steady dose of running between the tackles and the occasional outside around the edge. And it's working for them here as we're approaching 4.5 minutes remaining in the game.
Again, crucial part of that, he went out of bounds, stopped the clock. So if they do score, it gives the Dragons a little time to do something.
Up the middle again, and big yards as Shamokin is playing bully ball right now with their running backs. Shamokin offensive line winning the battle at the line of scrimmage right now. Maybe a timeout here by Lewisburg, regroup, get a breather, get your personnel in that you want with a good minute break, as both teams still have 3 timeouts remaining. Taking their time, no hurry right now as we're approaching 4 minutes. They will not even need to hike this ball until about 3:52. Shotgun handoff. Nope, QB keeper out around the edge. Oh, 2 would-be tacklers just missing. The third coming in, wrapping up QB and getting the stop. Latshaw had some room there, but just got tripped up there. Big tackle for Lewisburg. 3:36 remaining. The clock is running. Lewisburg choosing not to use any of their 3 timeouts.
They're hunched over, hands on hips. I got to give credit. Opperman stayed with that. Latshaw was able to slip the would-be tacklers. One of those, Michaels. Opperman came up and cleaned up. 2nd and 10. Clock is running. Whether it was intentional or not, Latshaw did run the clock down to about 2 or 3 seconds, which is a very mature play for the quarterback.
Yeah, Shamokin doing a great job with clock management right now, not hiking the ball until the play clock is all the way down. Got the handoff to Clinton. Clinton tries to cut it in. Nothing there. Lewisburg's defense swarming to the ball.
Fumble.
Nope,
they're calling him down.
I was going to say a whistle might have been before the ball came loose. Very, very close to a big play for this Lewisburg defense. Still a big play with the tackle for a loss. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long. And we got to think here, too, it's not a matter of just getting them to have to be in a field goal position, but it's how far back can you push them. And right now, that 2 plays in a row where nothing really going for Shamokin, it's going to make it a 3rd and 8.
So let me tell you about the mature part on this. Michaels took his helmet off. Took his helmet off on the field, has to be out for this play. Really, really a poor decision because now he has to be out. He's making plays all night.
Well, I'm sure when he comes home, his parents are gonna let him know it.
He's got a great dad at home.
Well, he's lucky here. He should get that helmet back on, ready to go.
Does that count?
I think, you know what? I don't know.
He's going back.
Oh, yep, it does count. So the penalty on the play there against Shamokin, knocking them back another 5 yards.
So here's something to think about. Shamokin struggled last year. How many big kicks did Carly have to kick last year?
Well, what did you find in the stats?
It didn't.
Shamokin guarding their stats from a season ago. Not easy finding stuff on them. But here we are. Let's reset. 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in a tie ball game here at Shamokin and Kent Memorial Stadium. And this is going to be a timeout.
So I believe they called time because of the helmet situation. I got to think that way. Maybe not.
I think it's a good timeout. Ain't nothing wrong with giving your defense a breather here on a really big 3rd and 13. You don't. Here's the thing, too. Not only do you want to keep them from getting any yards here, especially ones that would put them in maybe like a 4th and 4 or closer situation, because I think they might possibly go for it. But you don't want to give them any more yards, because right now they'd be looking at about ball is on the 13-yard line. So you're looking at a 30-yard field goal, and that's a pretty good distance in high school. So if you can keep them to 0 yards, or even better, if Lewisburg can get a tackle for a loss, it's going to really make it a hard decision for Coach Persing here, whether he would kick it on 4th down or go for it. But right now we got a 3rd down in front of us, a 3rd and 13.
What a game.
Yeah, it's a great game opening season. David pacing a little bit here in the booth right now as he's got some, showing some of his fan of the Green Dragons here. Understandably, has a son on the team. Out of the shotgun formation, tight formation, twins to the far side.
What's for pencil in the flat? There's
another penalty here. I would tend to think that's going to be on the offense. I didn't see anyone jump for Lewisburg, and that would be massive if this was, well, it's going to be massive either way.
Well, if Coach Persing doesn't have any gray hair yet, these last 2 plays definitely are going to give him some.
Yeah, and they're backing up, so it will be against Shamokin. Little fist pump there from David in the booth. He could go for a mint, I believe, right now. He loves those mints to celebrate.
Loves them.
I think they're still running through my veins. 2:10 left here in the 4th. Big play.
Shotgun formation.
For pencil in the flat.
2 tight ends.
Or end around.
Nope, QB's going to keep it. What? What a play. Found the man in the flat.
Fumble.
There's no way he can't. If he came up with that.
He has it. He has it. Hit the ground.
Wow. Quick hands there. I believe that's number 6. Am I correct there?
Looks like the kicking team is coming out.
Wow, that was crazy. I mean, great play. QB kept it alive, found a receiver in the flat. Receiver made a nice move after yards, took a big hit, dropped it, and it was literally all Lewisburg guys diving at the ball. But Shamokin showing quick hands, grabs it, and is able to secure and let the kicker come out. See if they can't take the lead. 2 minutes to go in the game with we're looking at what? About probably a 35-yard attempt. 36-yard attempt here. And is it Cedar they have out there to kick?
Does not look like it.
Number
11.
8.
Number
Or 11?
8 is Pencil. I'm not sure Pencil's kicking. I saw number 11 out.
Well, Pencil's been kicking tonight. Not the ball, but he's kicking it on the field. He has had a big game for Shamokin. It'd be interesting to see who's going to come out and kick this. I only saw one kicker warming up.
Caden Parker, no? Carly Cedar.
What number is Carly?
Number 10.
Or 5.
Well, we got
Yep, number 5.
So number 8 is out to kick.
And he's a lefty.
Number 8 is Chase Pencil, the junior, 5'8", 150 pounds.
Call me crazy, but we're going to fake it to Pencil, let him run out in the wide side of the field. Why not?
Hey, and it's like Babin said, he's a lefty from the right hash, not ideal. Ball is down, it's up, it's got the distance, It's off the upright. No good. No good as the ball had plenty of distance, but it bounced off the upright and did not cross over. Well, you know, this game has been a tale of special teams, and Lewisburg special teams has been perfect. Shamokin, not so much there as they missed their first field goal attempt of the night. We got ourselves a ball game, 1:55 remaining, 13-13. David, an offense that has struggled tonight. What are they going to do here? What is the game plan as they are deep in their own territory? They're going to get the ball about the 20-yard line. Yep, the 20-yard line. 80 yards for the win, 2-minute drill. You've been practicing this all season, AKA 3 weeks. What do you got, David? What do you do? Do you open it up?
No.
Do you play to win, or are you just trying to hang on? What do you do here? Play to win or not to lose? Shotgun formation, drops back, QB keeper, nothing going. Nothing going. Lewisburg has not shown anything out of the passing game that is a quick hit underneath. Everything needs time to develop. And with Shamokin's big guys up front, they've been getting in the backfield and causing some pressure and some issues. So I would be surprised if they just don't throw even a screen with all that pressure coming.
Shamokin with all 3 timeouts left. You get a short gain there on first down. I'm surprised we don't burn a timeout there.
Under center.
They're saving it. They're planning on getting the ball back.
Turn and the handoff. We'll get a few yards, maybe 2 or 3.
Here's your first timeout.
And there's a timeout, probably by Shamokin. 1:13 remaining and a nail biter.
Man, what a game. We've seen it all. Big plays, defensive stops, offensive line play. What a crazy first week game to be at.
That's why I picked this game, Nate. It's my profession,
Good
picking
call.
the right matchups. Well, we got a timeout on the field. Let's see if we can get some score updates. Let me see here. The WKOK scoreboard update here. You can go to WKOK scoreboard and Google it. It'll pop right up for you. Shikellamy 14-7 over Central Columbia in the fourth. Selinsgrove coming back and getting up 28-14 in the fourth quarter. Lewisburg and Shamokin obviously tied. Southern Columbia 50-0 final. South Williamsport beating Milton 14-0. That is the surprise for me. Mount Carmel up 27-13 on North Schuylkill, still in the third quarter. Muncie 33, Warrior Run 20 in the third quarter. And we've got Danville 50, Bloomsburg 0 in the third quarter. Well, here we go, guys. Lewisburg in the huddle. Defense is ready for Shamokin, waving their arms up and down.
Coming out with trips to the near side.
Trips to the near side here. Single back in the backfield out of shotgun. Dropping back, looking. Oh,
fumble.
Man. No protection on the blind side there. And a huge, huge hit there, knocking the ball free out of Wenrich's hands. He's up, he's moving. I would not be after that hit. Bright side is Lewisburg does recover the fumble, which is massive. And they're able to get their best offense out in the field, their punting team.
Do we even need to say it? Watch for the fake.
I don't know. Here's the one we really got to look for here. Does Shamokin finally send some pressure? They have done nothing all night of putting pressure on the punter. Is this the situation where you go for it, try and get the block or at least a quick kick, keep really good field position? Because this kicker has been a stud tonight, not only on the ability to run, but also on the ability to boot that ball with some good hang time and reaction. David, what is going on up in the sky? Do you see that?
What?
I don't know. There was something like looked like it was on fire in that little puff of cloud up there.
I believe that's the moon, Ryan.
Is it?
Fourth grade science.
I don't think that's the moon, buddy. I think that's a missile. More likely a missile than the moon.
Shout out
Is it the
Selinsgrove
mine fire?
Education.
Here we go. Big 4th down and 9, tie game, 13-13, 1 minute and 4 seconds remaining. Lewisburg will be punting out of their own end zone.
I'm going to call this. Shamokin's going to win this by the end of regulation. And I'll tell you why after this punt.
Well, the pink shoes are ready. We just don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to run? Are they going to throw? Or are they going to punt? And it's a punt. Another good punt. Beautiful punt over the head. Friendly bounce. Wow. Can we say enough about Cohen and his duties here?
All world. Babin said all state. I say all world.
Yeah.
Football player.
This kid's a soccer player? He must be phenomenal in soccer because he is one heck of a football player, and his impact is in more than just his kicking off the tee and his punting. He has done a lot for the Lewisburg Green Dragons tonight, and that be an overtime forcing type of punt because now you're going to, force Shamokin. They do have one timeout remaining. They get a time. The clock stops on every first down. Of course, getting out of bounds will stop the clock. And they got 53 seconds to go, 62 yards. So I would imagine we're going to start seeing them open it up and throwing it a little bit, which makes it a little easier on the defense because every run right now, if it's not a first down, it's a running clock.
Ryan, you said it earlier, as did John Michaels via text. Air Shamokin. We haven't seen it. I don't know why Shamokin has not gone back to the tight end, the streaks down the field. Let's see if they do that now.
Well, they had success with it to end the half as they got their only points in the first half off 2 big pass plays that set up a nice touchdown.
He's going deep.
Going deep.
Turn.
Nothing there. Head on a swivel. Great defense. Stride for stride there.
That's the sophomore, Nick Coleman.
Nick Coleman, perfect coverage there. Giving up some height. It doesn't matter. He was glued to the receiver.
Yeah, I don't think that throw is exactly where Del Ball wanted it to be, but little to the inside, but he kind of gave up on the ball once it was thrown to the inside of the hash. I think if he would have kept running, he might have been able to make a play on that.
Yeah, it's one of the scenarios. Was it underthrown or overran? You pick.
Something to keep an eye on. Chase Pencil stayed in blocking there on that throw.
Run a screen. Let Pencil make something happen.
Well, out of the shotgun, fake handoff. No, they do hand it off. Up the middle, churning, picking up some extra yardage after the contact. A good pickup of about 8 or 9 on the play. 35 seconds. The clock is running. Shamokin hurries to the line, trying to get the ball snapped. 29 seconds. Shotgun takes a knee. Not quite sure what's going on there.
Move the camera, Ryan.
And the clock is still running.
Clock is running. It looks like Shamokin is okay with going into overtime. I have no
Judging by
idea.
Coach Persing's reaction after that, I don't know if he's okay with that.
Yeah, it looks like Lewisburg called their final timeout. 14 seconds remaining. Tie game. I'm surprised by that.
Why?
You just ran the ball. You had it to 3rd and 1.
Well, now what do you do here? Because it's 4th down and you're on the other side.
That's a really good point. Here's what I do. I snap at the chase pencil, let him run around a little bit.
Man, this is I just don't understand. There had to be miscommunication there. That play call, taking the knee, made no sense.
Oh, and Shamokin called that timeout. And that,
Shamokin did.
So
What's up? Go ahead, kid. What? Nobody. You need to come join us and be on the camera with us.
We're getting a call.
All right, just listen. You'll be fine. Can you see it now?
Yeah, I can see it now, but...
Okay.
There's a flag on the play.
All right. Stay with us.
boy, for Shamokin, this game can't get to overtime soon enough.
All right, Ken.
I apologize for the people watching. We do not have a cameraman tonight.
Thank you for watching. Ryan's doing a heck of a job. We also don't have a statistician, so if you want to join us.
Well, I'll hold the phone there, Dave.
Yeah.
We got him.
But in all honesty, I am trying to maneuver cameras while doing the play-by-play and having conversations with these two very good color broadcasters. So I am failing you at home. I promise you this is our first time doing this, and we will get better week in and week out.
I'm still trying to figure out what just happened.
Well, I'll tell you what hasn't happened. Sponsorship, except for Alpha Electrical Contractors. They brought us the pregame show. They'll bring us the postgame show. But right now, Shamokin looking to punt deep in their own territory. 13 seconds. Clock is running. Bad punt, and it's going to stay in bounds. What a bounce.
No, Jeremiah.
Get away from the ball, young man. And they will down it with 2.9 seconds remaining.
Free football, baby.
Yep, we're getting some free football. And there the camera goes.
Well, unless Cohen gets the ball in his hands, then maybe not.
Hey, let's run a punt.
Listen, is it ridiculous to say? Let's run punt formation. Let's not actually punt the ball.
I'm also not convinced that his cleats are pink. I think that his feet are just on fire.
I was thinking that earlier. They're just coals, hot coals there.
I would say lit, but that's kind of cringy.
Nah, it's cool.
I love it. We love it.
No
David.
cap, no cap.
We love it.
Bet on God. If Cam's listening, he's smiling right now.
No, he's not. He's cringing.
He's mad because I can't do the camera too.
Cam Michaels is him.
It should be Camera Michaels. Get up here and help us. That was funny.
Is he here?
No.
I was gonna say if
He's at
calling
school.
you from the
He's
stands.
living it up.
He is.
They're going to take a knee here, right?
Who knows? Honestly.
Maybe they'll call a timeout.
And there we go. Taking a knee. That is going to be it for regulation. We got a tie ball game, 13-13, as Shamokin and Lewisburg head to overtime. And this high school overtime, similar to the college, where each team will get a possession. The coin flip will decide who is on offense first. David, how you feeling right now? Short field. I think it helps with Lewisburg's offense. Not having to go 90, 80, 70 yards.
I tell you.
They have the better kicker.
If you put it in, but look, Pencil nailed that. Let's be honest. Unlucky. Stoinked it off the upright. But bottom line is, who's going to battle? Who's going to show up? Who's going to have the pride knowing that, hey, next week's a heck of a week going to Jersey Shore for Lewisburg? Not quite sure who Shamokin plays. Was that?
Somebody good.
Yes. Somebody good. But the point is, if I'm Lewisburg, I'm saying put my D on first. Put my D on first. Well, if I'm anybody, I want the D first.
Yep.
And you know what? Get a stop and let Cohen win the game.
Well,
why not? Why not? He scored all the other points. Let him win the game.
Well, Lewisburg has a pretty easy game next week in Jersey Shore and Shamokin, Southern Columbia. So both teams want this win pretty bad, as next week is going to be probably the toughest test of the seasons for both teams. But we got overtime here, You know, and you said, you know, Lewisburg got lucky because Pencil drilled it and it hit the upright. You might be right, but let me tell you something. The psyche now as a kicker, knowing that you missed the would-be game-winning field goal, and if you get in that situation again, what kind of composure do you have? It's week 1. How many game-winning field goal attempts? Not field goals when the game is tied in regulation, but we're talking overtime. Tied in overtime is like being down when you're kicking that kick. So the miss, the situation, week 1, not a place I would want to be. That's why I never wanted to be a QB. It's why I never wanted to be a kicker, because a lot of times the blame.
On that note, Ryan, do you think the psyche comes into play as much? You know, he's not Cohen, who if he would have missed a field goal, he's got to go sit on the sidelines and think about that now. Chase is playing both sides of the football. Do you think that weighs on his mind as heavy if he has to step up and drill one later on?
Well, it doesn't weigh on his mind until the moment comes, because he's going to be busy with.
Boy, I hope every week's like this.
I don't know about overtime. Not every week.
I know, I'm getting a little hungry over here.
I'm very hungry.
Listen, this is when Coney shines the most. The late nights at Coney.
Are you buying?
Get it. I'm not allowed to. My financial advisor does not allow me to spend, which is rightfully so.
How good would Tower Pizza be right now?
Oh, my goodness. What's your favorite tower? Just straight up cheese?
Nah.
Can we stop talking? I'm
They
so
have
hungry.
the best stromboli in the coal region.
Any food right now.
Got to go with Shickies. I don't know if you call it stromboli or calzone.
I have not tried. Usually, you know what I get from Shickies? I just go with a Dogie. Their Dogies are just unmatched.
I'd rather go to Tony's Lunch and get a screamer.
Well,
that's a trip.
That is a trip. You're there all
Here
day.
we go.
Three
First
backs in the
possession.
backfield. Why not? Here they go.
Power formation.
Stood him up. Stripped the ball.
Nothing going there. Lewisburg's defense coming up big. Maybe a minimal gain.
Hey, Ryan Opperman coming up, filling the hole. That's what seniors do. You know what? This is his last go-around. Got an offer to play for Lock Haven, at Lock Haven. Wishing the best to Xavier Minium. I know you're out there, Nate.
Ashton Krall's playing there. Another former player of mine.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So here we go. 2nd down and 8. Ball on the 8.
This is Pencil split out. Look for Pencil to do something. Maybe a quick slant here.
Isolated.
He's out on the island. Power back formation here.
Fumble.
The snap. Not sure who got it.
He went forward.
Might have got a yard. Yep, Shamokin recovers it. Maybe a gain of 1 there. Not pretty. Now, you know, guys, I thought that was a long transition from regulation to overtime. I thought that was a big break for both teams. Lewisburg's defense definitely not going to complain about having that opportunity.
Somehow Shamokin got 2 yards out of that.
Speaking of opportunity, there it was. The ball was there waiting to be picked up. Credit to Shamokin holding your composure, getting the ball back under you. And
I'm fixing the
6
camera. Oh, no, we lost the camera.
Just let it go.
We
at this
lost
point.
the camera.
Everyone gets to hear
You're
our
just going to
voice.
have to hear it now as a shotgun
Here comes
formation.
Blau on the blitz.
Rolling out to the misses. Blau misses, but he comes back, throw out of the back of the end zone. It's going to be 4th down and 6.
He's got to come off. His helmet came off. Let's see what the call is.
That's a big play. If they were going to go for it, quarterback has to come out of the game because his helmet came off.
They're going to kick.
They could call a timeout. No, they can't. They have 0 timeouts.
Can you fix? Cameron, sorry, man. The
camera is offline right now.
Yep. Go fitting. It runs out at 9 o'clock. Then he gets stuck with us.
We are down to 2 cameras, and neither one of them are facing.
13-13. Pencil back on. Looks like a straight shot.
This is a huge kick. Kick is up.
Blocked.
It's blocked. It's blocked.
You can hear the Lewisburg coaches losing their mind right now.
And
Not
I'll
sure
tell
who
you,
blocked the kick.
have you ever seen a game that is won solely by special teams? And that's what Lewisburg has an opportunity of doing right here. Knowing that their offense can go very simple here, keep it between the hashes, power football, and set up for a kick. And it couldn't be more fitting if they were to kick a field goal to win the opportunity right here. And so Lewisburg's offense comes out. Shamokin's defense comes out. Shamokin's pumped. The guys are getting each other riled up.
Here we go. What do we have in the backfield? We have Wenrick, Opperman, and Field.
Going to be a handoff. Not much going, but that's okay.
Boy.
Maybe a couple yards. Did he fumble? Did they just strip the ball out? We're waiting for a call from the official.
He was down.
Boy,
that was scary.
This is totally off topic, but
That's okay. That's what we do.
If Cohen Hoover doesn't have a girlfriend, he is going to be one popular man with the ladies on Monday at school.
Well, I did take our scoreboard camera, and because that's still working, I aimed it over here at the end zone, so you should be able now to see the action. Look at me.
These two teams aren't the only ones making in-game adjustments right now, baby.
No, and honestly, mine are crucial. So, big play there by Ryan Brand as he's able to get the camera turned downfield and catch the play and bring this broadcast to a close here and what could be a great ending to a great football game. Lewisburg lining up again after the 1-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Is this Malusis in the fullback position?
It is a bear. It's a QB keeper.
I tell you what,
The
there's
Tim
a nice
Tebow,
push forward.
Jalen Hurts style.
You know what that tells me? They're just putting this in Cohen's hands and letting him walk it off.
It doesn't take a Division I coach to figure that out. I mean, if you didn't watch this game and understand that Cohen has been the dude for Lewisburg tonight offensively, even though he has not played one snap of an offensive set.
They're going to kick it on 3rd down. I like this in case there's a bad snap. That's good. Good coaching right there.
And honestly, maybe Lewisburg, maybe Shamokin, they're trying to call a timeout. They don't have any.
Don't they get one in
Well, if they do, they didn't have it on the board.
They get an overtime.
Okay, well, they didn't have it on the board.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a technical?
That's a Chris Webber right there.
Fab
So, yeah,
four.
I mean, the scoreboard does show us 0 timeouts for Shamokin. But it appears they did have one. And this is massive. And I wonder, too, Lewisburg going for it on 3rd down, I wonder if Shamokin had their PAT field goal block unit out there. That timeout is huge. Get the right personnel out there. Gentlemen, I mean, could this have ended any better?
I could tell you right now, North Schuylkill, Mount Carmel's tied at 27. So there's got to be something in the air. I know we're here, we're living in it now, but it's coal region.
I didn't get any pierogies, no halushki.
I haven't eaten anything.
That's because Nate didn't get to my house till 5 o'clock. So I'm a little mad about that, but I'll survive. But right now we've got a kick ahead of us.
Here we go. Let's give a shout out Casale to Landis to Hoover. Let's see what happens.
Snap is low. Oh, man.
Offside.
Huge.
Offside.
Huge.
Hold on. Offside, you're on the 1. What do you do?
You have to run.
Absolutely.
QB sneak it again. You have to. And, that's right there is why they were going to kick the field goal on 3rd down, because that was a very low skipping snap. They would not have gotten that kickoff if it wasn't for the offsides. That would have been a loss of probably about 7-8 yards. Would have pushed the field goal back even further.
Nope.
What's the call?
They're putting Ashy in.
So, all right, so they didn't move him back. Did they move him? A little bit of confusion here on my end.
I don't know what
Still says the ball's on the 6-yard line.
And they're not moving.
So
I don't know what the price of admission to this game was for these fans, but
not
man,
enough.
Was it worth it?
Not enough. All right, so here we go. We got another personnel change. Definitely some.
They're gonna go. They're gonna push for the quarterback keep.
See, I'm not quite sure I understand this right now. If you were going to kick it on 3rd down before, what changed right now? I'm not quite sure about the penalty either, David, because nothing happened. There was a flag. No ball moved there.
Yeah, there was. Did they pick up the flag?
Did they decline it? I'm not sure. Late receiver coming in here. There's definitely going to be some confusion. I hope this is a run. It is. QB keeper up the middle. Hang on to that ball. He bounces forward.
Nope.
He got the 1st down.
No, there's no first down.
I'm sorry. He got down to the 1-yard line.
That's just.
I'm so lost as to what just happened.
Maybe the 2. He reached there. Not a friendly spot. I thought that was closer to the goal line. But here you go. Do you call a timeout? Do you call a timeout here? Because you got personnel flying in late. You have plenty of time on the play clock.
We don't have personnel
seconds. In. Yeah, this might be where the timeout comes in.
We're going to number 2.
Here we go. from the right
There you go.
hash, the near side, and we got a timeout by the kicker. Cohen now making the play call. This guy is a do-it-all.
He's making money moves, Cohen Hoover.
Talk about suspense right now. Man.
This is the longest 10-yard possession ever. Maybe not ever, but in a long time.
Shout out to Isaac and Jake sitting here. You can see the tension as Isaac rocks back and forth. Jake checks his snap to see how many people hit him up.
Yeah,
Zero.
Maybe Jace. Hey, the moon's out now, David. That is not a rocket in the sky anymore. That is the moon.
It's a missile. We've seen some missiles tonight. Chase Pencil, Cohen Hoover.
Yeah, Cohen Hoover, career game.
He might be a District 4 dude.
Now, is his soccer coach in attendance tonight? Because if he is biting his nails. Like, this kid's carried the ball more than anybody for Lewisburg tonight.
He's carried the team, Ryan. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, on the offensive side, I'm not going to say defensively. But Lewisburg players are trying to get everyone pumped up here. This is a big kick here for the win. Need a good snap, a good hold. Shamokin's going to bring the pressure. The snap comes, ball's down, the kick is up, and it is good.
There's a win.
The Lewisburg Green Dragons are going to win it in overtime tonight. Off the foot of the kicker, Cohen, who has had an amazing night tonight. He is Mr. Do-It-All primetime. And Lewisburg coming with the big win, 16-13 in overtime at Shamokin. Shamokin getting revenge for last year's season opener loss. And Shamokin not happy. They already took the score off the clock. They removed it right away. But we know the final, 16-13. I failed on the over-under. The over-under was 32. Ended up being 29, so I owe David and Babin some money.
I said it earlier. I'll say it again. Cohen Hoover is him. Stamp it.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to argue that. I mean, I've never seen a kicker have such an impact in the game. 3 field goals, a touchdown run, a PAT, some fake punts to pick up crucial first downs.
77-yard touchdown.
Do you think that was in the game plan, David?
Just how we drew it up, Coach.
Hey, I'm gonna plug Cohen right now. Ladies, hit my man up Monday.
Cohen is off the market. I happen to have inside detail.
Oh, geez.
He is off the market. Now, has the market expanded tremendously?
Yes,
Probably.
yes.
But he's a good young man, comes from a great family. And the best part is, Frank and Linda, his mom and pap are here to take it all in. And I tell you what a night to take in.
We couldn't ask for a better game to open up the season, as we have Lewisburg getting the win at Shamokin in overtime. Couldn't have picked a better game, guys.
Hey, my intel also tells me Cohen Hoover's birthday tomorrow.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Man.
Can we say NIL?
NIL for sure.
Yeah.
Where is your Cohen jersey? We're going with Cohen. That's going to be the slogan this year.
There it is.
We're going with Cohen. I think it's a good game plan. But on a serious note, guys, you know, you feel bad for both teams because they just put on a great show, play with a ton of heart, some big plays coming at crucial times by both teams. And it was back and forth. You know, I really felt most of the first half, Lewisburg looked like the better team. They were able to throw the ball around a little better. Defense were pretty even in the first half. Shamokin were only really getting things together there right at the end of the half as they were able to sneak in and get that touchdown. Second half might have been a little bit more in favor of Shamokin, but Lewisburg did just enough with the block field goal attempt in overtime and then getting some special teams plays, kicking a field goal to win the game. But, man, David, Lewisburg, what is going to be the talk of town after this game? And you hate to say week one must win, but with the schedule they have, this is pretty much as close to a must win in week one as you can get.
Absolutely. I mean, the last 2 years we're staring at 0-1, and then it became 0-5 quickly. So, again, incredible heart, grit by both teams. I got to give credit to Coach Persing for hanging in there. But you know what? I got to give Wenrick credit. He kept everybody together inside the 10. Ran a couple sneaks. And, you know, congratulations to the snapper and the holder, Chuck Landis. I believe it was Caseo with the snap. Maybe not. But the fact is, you know what? They put it together, and they got to win.
And, Nate, you know, you're a coach, obviously, on the basketball court. But after a game like this, you're Coach Persing in your first game as a head coach here at Shamokin. A tough loss. you go in the locker room. What's your conversation, with your players?
A lot of good. Obviously, as a coach, you never like to lose. But to those guys, to come out here and battle like they did, they started out real slow and were down 6-0 for almost the first half. There's a lot of good to take away from this to look forward to for the next 9 games.
Well, I think we're watching the beginning of a rivalry here after the past 3 years and some very good football between Lewisburg and Shamokin. But guys, we couldn't have asked for a better show of our first broadcast of high school football as Lewisburg is celebrating now with their alma mater song and their players are holding the helmets in the air. But what a great first game for us as we're going to try and bring games to you every Friday. Lewisburg games, Milton games, and Bloomsburg games. Those are our areas that we are going to cover. And tonight, Lewisburg, the team we're covering, comes out and gives us a win.
Yeah, and on the Lewisburg note, this coaching, winning in any sport at any level, it's not easy. So, you said next week they roll over to Jersey Shore, but who cares? They just went out in Shamokin on the road to start the year and gutted one out. So enjoy this moment, enjoy it with your team, because these are, for me as a coach, there's nothing better than celebrating with your team after a big win.
All right, guys, now what I like to do here is a little segment for our sponsor, Alpha Electrical Contractors, with electrifying play of the game. This will be the game that kind of is the backbreaker, kind of set things in tone for the outcome. And I'm interested to hear from both of you and your perspective of what our Alpha Electrical Contractors electrifying play of the game. David, what's your first choice?
I got to defer to my esteemed colleague, Nate Babin. He's been around these games a lot longer, around the electricity. So, Nate, what's your call?
I mean, I hate to go with the chalk decision, but, after a fake punt that was a big first down, Cohen Hoover looks like he made a read on his own and rolled. They did that little, Australian rugby punt all night where they rolled out and he assessed what was going on, and he rolled out and he saw a window and ripped one up the sideline and then made a nice little juke back to the inside and ripped off a 77-yard touchdown. And really, even though it tied the game and Shamokin was still in it, that gave all momentum to Lewisburg, and that's probably my electrifying play of the game.
David?
It's unanimous. Absolutely. Come on, Ryan. If you call something else electric, I got to wonder what profession you're in, really.
Well, Cohen Hoover is him, baby. He's him.
I don't disagree with you guys, and I'm going to give you the same vote, but I also think there's a close runner-up. And Nate said about all the momentum, and he's not completely wrong there. But if we remember, Clinton had that big run, and he got across midfield, some tough run, and spun out of some tackles, making the extra effort, getting the yards, getting them across into Lewisburg territory, only to drop the ball, and Lewisburg scoops it up. That right there, to me, is the moment that I really felt all the wind. Not much wind, but all the wind was in Lewisburg's sail from that moment on. So that is a close second for me. Big play, electrifying play of the game. But I agree with both you for the Alpha Electrical electrifying play of the game tonight is definitely Cohen on that read. It was a read on that punt. And not only did he make the play, he made the right call, got the first down. And for a kicker to see the field the way he did, he's shifty, he's got good hip movement, and he found the opening inside crossback field and was able to get in the end zone, and ultimately is what tied this game back up and allowed an overtime where he again came through with that foot, the follow through of the foot, and got the field goal to win the game. Gentlemen, appreciate you both being here. Had a blast. Look forward to doing more of this with you guys. But before we go, I'd like to get your final thoughts here and what we see tonight. David, maybe from Lewisburg going forward, what do you build on? What do you like?
Well, the defense. The defense is what kept them in this game. I mean, obviously special teams, but the defense, you said it earlier, they didn't break. They had a bend, but they didn't break, and just, that's their core. And, the offense will come together. They had a lot of pieces there today. And again, as the season goes on, they'll figure it out. They'll be able to produce more. Gotta pass the ball. Gotta loosen up the run coverage. But you know what? It's a win, and the defense got them there. And then they put it on Cohen's back.
Yeah, and you don't care how the win comes when you're the coach. A win is a win. Nate, you looked a lot into Shamokin here going into this game. What are your final thoughts after watching them in week one?
Listen, just reading a lot about the defense last year. We said with a shutout in 10 games, they averaged giving up 33 points a game. I thought the defense held their own tonight and definitely put them in a situation to win. Offensively, slow start. They came out and didn't score any points until a minute left in the first half. So, I mean, I'm excited to watch both of these teams and how they progress throughout the season. I think these are both two solid football teams, and I'll definitely be keeping tabs on them the rest of the season to see how they're doing.
And do you think if these teams played 10 times, what do you think the outcome is?
Split.
If they played 10 straight times, I mean, this was a very even football game. If they played, all right, let's make it 9. 9 straight times, who comes out on top?
Flip a coin.
Yeah, I mean, that's how good of a football game we watched tonight, how much of an even matchup. You couldn't ask for a better matchup in week 1. Gentlemen, thank you very much for being a part of this. David, I want to get you down the field so you can go congratulate your son. But this has been From the Booth at Kent Memorial Stadium in Shamokin, where Lewisburg comes out with the win tonight, 16-13 in overtime. Big game from the kicker, Cohen, as he's able to get the game-winning field goal in overtime and put the Green Dragons at 1-0. Until next weekend, I believe we will be in Milton next weekend. Milton's coming off a loss to South Williamsport. But From the Booth in Milton, District 4 dudes in Milton, get on Twitter or X, whatever it is now, and follow District 4 dudes. Subscribe and like. We'll appreciate it here on YouTube. I promise you, we have camera guys, we have producers. This thing's going to grow and get bigger, and we're going to bring you the best coverage that we can. Appreciate all you listeners. We're having a blast. And again, we are out from the booth.